We said that restructuring Nigeria will solve the issue of tribalism, nepotism, bigotry, and religious extremism. I repeat, restructuring Nigeria will solve the issue of tribalism, nepotism, bigotry, and religious extremism. We are not designed to be together. We are not one Nigeria. Now we have a report of Islamic religious extremists who killed a trader in Ogun State. She refused to pay 1,500 naira to these extremists because they want to do a festivity, Muslim festivity. They are taxing traders in the state. Now, any little issue that happens in Nigeria, it's either it takes a religious coloration or it takes a tribal coloration. We had Salah, and some people took advantage of the Salah, going into markets and taxing people 1,500, using the opportunity to make money from people in these environments. We understand that the government, like I said, any government that does not, any system of leadership that does not ensure that justice, fairness, and equity is upheld, whereby you protect the rights of the people, that government cannot give good governance. We have a leadership whereby they plant hatred among the people so that they can stay in power. That leadership cannot bring good governance to the people. So what happened in Ogun State is a typical thing that happens in some other parts of the country. Just for example, in the north, we have Islamic extremists going on farmlands. They tax you, bring money. They live off the indigens, the people in the environment, in the area, because we don't have a government that is interested in protecting the rights of the people. Now it is a Muslim celebration. What is the need to go about taxing people? According to this report, what is the need to go about taxing people? We have our fair share of experience. There's nobody that stays in some parts of the southwest that will not agree to this fact that most of these guys, whether they are really touts or whoever they are, take advantage of the fact that there's a kind of lawlessness, a kind of, I don't know, protection they enjoy from the system. They use it and harass people. If you go to Oshodi, and you're carrying like a load, maybe you went to Alaba to buy a television, you went to buy a generator, you went to buy an engine or whatever, and you're taking it through Oshodi. Some guys will come and approach you, and you must pay money. You must pay order. You must pay money to them. The police will stand and see these things happening. They will turn their face the other way. You must pay money. And if you are going to struggle with them that why must I pay, they may beat you up and they might even steal from you. This is the reality. That is why any system, any government that comes into power that does not look at protecting the rights of the people, that is not interested in working on the divisiveness of the people, like, I don't know what the government wants to achieve. You cannot build bridges left, right, center. It is this kind of things that are happening. Now people are having a second thought about it. You see reports, a Yoruba person killed an Igbo lady. Just look at reactions. I understand the true nature of everything because I have lived in the southwest. However, some of us have experienced some of these things whereby you are told to, like, I went to buy some things at Ojuelegba. There's a market. I went to buy some things. I got these things in bulk. I got to a place and some of these guys will tell you that Ogweni, Mowa, for what you are carrying. And I will not argue with them, I'll give them. Now if I argue with them, they'll beat you up. I went to school and I experienced some of these things. Shodi. I explained some of these things. These are things that the government needs to take care of. But because of the agenda of a particular people and administration, they'll bring in ethnic and religious coloration. If you look at reports, we are getting left, right, center. We are having people, there's Salah celebration. There's Salah celebration. And you take advantage of the Salah celebration, you start going and taxing people. I told you, tribalism, religious extremism, Now, religious extremism now is in play. You take advantage of the Salah celebration, you go and start collecting money from people because you are the people in charge of that area. Now, if some people resist you, you beat them up. Nobody is calling the police. Nobody is taking any measures. If they start using the police to arrest, or they'll now bring in the issue of tribalism, or Igbo, or this and that. That is what is happening in this particular story. Now, they want to harass you. They want to chance you. And when you speak up, they'll bring in the Igbo thing. And when they do these things, but sometimes they run away. See, we have said it. We need restructuring. Restructuring will take care of all these things. If we have, it happens everywhere. Go to Onitsha. It happens, but not. See, at this point in time, the discussion that needs to be on the table is, if a government cannot protect the rights of the people, whether irrespective of their tribe, irrespective of where they live, then let us divide the country. That should be the conversation. Because the government, in quote, has not shown capacity. Particularly, let's start from Buhari's government. You see nepotism left, right, center. You are pointing this one from my place of a country whereby we have multi-ethnic people. Not that those people are more even qualified than people from other regions, but because you have political power, you are entrenching nepotism. How can that society move forward? Now, Tinubu comes in, Yoruba federal government, Yoruba federal government. This one is being employed. That one is being employed. Why can't we restructure the country? I believe that we are in a part of restructuring, and I know that whatever happens, the government in Ogun State should use wisdom and settle the matter. The people that are involved, corporates, must be able to face the law. I'm just saying it because normally we see so many lawlessness all around us. Some people cannot even speak because of what leadership has allowed. Leadership has allowed. A lot of things will happen. Even the government itself is not fair to its citizens. Not talk of when a third party, the citizens that the government does not even send, when a third party start harassing that citizen, the government will even look away. Now look at these thugs, whether you call them thugs or tax collectors, wherever they are. An average politician, north, west, east, and south. An average politician have boys that follow him. They have thugs. The reasons why cultism will never end in Nigeria is because of politicians. They use them for whatever they do. And if a thug is affiliated to a politician, they can do and undo. The politicians hold political power and they control the police. The police hand is tied. So the thug affiliated with the politician, the police cannot touch the thug that is affiliated with the politician. The last elections, there's a video. A well-known thug, in quote, came out and was threatening people. If you are voting for Obi in this polling unit, if you vote for Obi, this will happen, that will happen, this one will happen. He said so. There was a police in that polling unit. They were there. Police. Okay, maybe the police can be overwhelmed, overpowered. What investigations did they do? What steps did they take in making that person face the law? That is the reality in Nigeria today. That's why I have said that restructuring will solve the issue of tribalism. Restructuring will solve the issue of religious extremism. When you look at people telling stories, in quote, the name of the tax collector, they say is Asha. The person who was killed is Mrs. Blessing Eze. Now, average, typical Nigerian, tribalism will come into place. A Yoruba person killed an Igbo lady because the Igbo lady refused to pay in 1,500 according to reports for levies. I have family members that used to sell in some of the popular markets. These popular markets, they collect levies. I will not call some names, I will call some names. Also, these guys also collect levies. Sometimes you hear fight between Hausas and some of these guys. I don't use the name Yorubas or whatever. Hausa kill a Yoruba guy. Hausa Yoruba fight. It's because of this most of the times, I was coming from work one day, I saw some of these guys going to tax people like, yeah, they said this to me, bring your money, say to me, bring your money, and sometimes they take advantage of the whole thing. Sometimes somebody is injured. That's why sometimes these outside people that maybe just come from Induguri, they don't understand the terrain. Maybe as they resist, the algorithm might slap the outside guy. All of a sudden, it might ensue in a fight. And normally, when you are fighting with an outside person, every other outside person, I'm using outside because most of the people I know, most of them are Fulani. Every other outside person would surround the guy and they will fight you. 2 people have been killed, reportedly killed, whereby they said nobody is coming out for the market. No outside is coming out. No bike is coming out. It has happened severally. And these things, the government have not been able to address it. Because maybe the government love it and empower it. Like I said, there's no politician that does not have a tout wing in Nigeria. All over. So this system will not ensure progress in any way. Now there will be tension, ethnic tension, and religious tension in Ifo, Ogun State because of what happened. And people can be careless with their words of mouth. I was reading comments, I was just shaking my head. Nigerians have lost their humanity. I'm telling you, somebody is coming to read a story, he has something he is already premeditated in his heart. He doesn't want to see clearly. He doesn't want to be balanced. Because, like what I said this is as a result of a dysfunctional system. Government unwilling to protect the rights of the people. Government that is leveraging on the division of the people to hold on to power. That is some other persons will make it an Igbo Yoruba thing. My brother, it happens everywhere. Maybe it happens everywhere. We have had experiences with people from other side. Like I gave you example, in the north, some of these militants, these bandits and whatever, they use opportunity to tax people and their farms and collect money from them. It happens also in the east. Everywhere these things happen because we have a dysfunctional system. A system whereby we do not love ourselves. All this one that I say, Oduduwa, Arewa, Biafra. I tell you the gospel truth that if we carry this mentality, enter Biafra, Oduduwa or Arewa, it will still reflect. We will have more battles to fight. We'll have more battles to fight within ourselves. And maybe we'll think it's like, okay, because some people take advantage of the fact that they are Yorubas and you're in Yoruba land, then you are Igbo, you will not pay. And maybe because the president is Igbo, is Yoruba, I can do and not do. Or because maybe they have affiliation with the police, because I've seen when an Agbero will do something in front of the police and police will look away. I've seen when an Agbero will fight the police and they'll just say, settle it, settle it, settle it. All these things happen. There's a police officer that died in, I think, Akwa Ibom or Cross River. People were celebrating. Yes, it is because of a dysfunctional society that we find ourselves. Restructuring can only solve it. If you restructure Nigeria, then if you are in Onitsha and an Onitsha Agbero prays on you, it will now be only that your people do not bring. For instance, now, if it's an Igbo person that did to an Igbo or Yoruba that did to Yoruba, they will not bring the issue of tribalism. Because people hope on tribalism to carry out different acts. Now, you want to get a job in some... you are qualified though. But because of we live in a dysfunctional society, tribalism will disqualify you with your qualification. Maybe you are more qualified than the... Now nothing has started this thing. You are more qualified than the people that have been shortlisted for that position, but because of tribalism, you are disqualified. Because of religion, most times you are disqualified. They don't care. That is how Nigeria is formed. So the system, I've said it, I've looked at it. Forget your prayer about Nigeria will get better. Nigeria will not get better with this kind of foundation and system we are practicing. And those that are in power are not ready. They are even gaining and benefiting from this failed system. If Nigeria gets better today, some politicians will close shop. If Nigeria gets, so they will fight tooth and nail, making sure that Nigeria will never get better. In fact, maybe the governor, that Abiodun, wants to settle the whole thing. You see some snide remarks. Igbo, let them go back to their place. Somebody was killed though. Somebody was killed. People have lost humanity. Somebody was killed. It's a life. You are first a human being, first before any other thing. Everybody came from one source. Make sure you understand that. Everybody came from one source. We are first humans. You must have humanity first before you now look at your identity. Like I said, if you are going through an ailment or you want to do, like, you are almost dying, you need first aid, and the person available for that first aid is from another tribe, and you consider tribe before any other thing, would you reject being treated by the person? The person himself, looking at somebody dying, humanity in him will speak up before looking at the tribe of the person that is dying. Sometimes when somebody is dying, you don't care whether that person is Igbo or also Yoruba. You just want, you feel somehow. That's humanity speaking. First, let's consider our humanity before you start looking at Igbo. See, may God help Nigerians. May God help this country. And may God not allow us, this our hatred and whatever we have you, may it not escalate. It should just be online. And some of these small preferential treatment you are giving ourselves, you have a company you want to employ because somebody from a particular tribe is in charge of HR or is managing director or he owns the company. He will make sure that he doesn't employ somebody else from another region, another tribe. We all those ones are working left, right, center. Let it remain there. It should not come to a fiscal. And most times we need to understand the terrain we find ourselves. You understand the terrain, the elements of people. We know these guys. Sometimes these guys will drink, will do a lot of things. Does not mean they represent the Yoruba people. Like generally, they might be taking a lot of substances and will make them act otherwise. Inspired by whatever, hatred or whatever. The substance may be the one that is moving them. My brother, these are one of the reasons why I've said this country must be restructured. We cannot continue like this. See, we don't want to witness ethnic violence. See the one where Hope Uzodinma come the mediate left, right, center. I've told our Igbo governors, make the southeast a viable place. Fight for projects to be development that will attract a lot of investment, a lot of things into the southeast. That's the best thing, because the way this our generation so much have a threat for ourselves. Number one, we are cowards. Our generation, we are cowards. We are not man enough. You see, it's only weak people that can destroy things we're having slight opportunity. If they have something, like if they have a little authority over you, they will misuse it. Strong men will have to take their time and deal with you. For instance, we have a government that is impoverishing us. We don't have mind to attack, to ask questions, to demand accountability from the government. But when we have some little issue with somebody that is a little bit below us, we are so quick to eliminate that person, to stone that person, to carry out our anger on them. But we have somebody wants to go and commit suicide. Politicians are responsible for the economy. You now go and commit suicide. Does that make sense? That heart used in committing suicide, why don't you use it to go and hold this politician responsible? It shows how weak. People that run with bigotry are weak men. I'm telling you. You're not strong men. You cannot be... Bigotry is a different thing from conservatism. They are two different things. I don't know whether you understand English or you don't understand English, but I will tell you my own. Bigotry is different from conservatism. I'm telling you. Some people, look at China. They are conservative. The law is the law. Who are you? Who are you not? They put a law, it applies to everybody. Although tribalism is different from bigotry. I'm telling you, bigotry is like a disease. I don't know how to explain this. It's like a disease. You go to other same societies, they put a law. You cannot just go because of you are practicing, you're having a festival or Islam, or you take any little thing you are doing. Okay, during Christmas, do people use Christianity to now start taxing people? Okay, we are celebrating Christmas, or yeah, all shops start paying. How does that look? How does that look? Also, oh yeah, men are such they pay. Men are such they pay. Left, okay, you pay. We are using Christianity. We are celebrating Christmas because we are living in a system that is lawless, a system that there's no accountability, a system that the rights of the people are not protected. If they were actually protected, all these things would not be happening in the first place. But who am I? Who am I? Now we have a woman dead. I don't know about the man, but I saw a picture of the man lying down, lifeless. I can't confirm that picture. Say his name is Osha. Woman is dead. According to reports, she refused paying this and that. When we talk about religion, you go to the northern part of Nigeria, certain religion, they'll come and tell you cannot open shop, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot spread this, you cannot, because of religion. When we restructure Nigeria, they can start doing that in that area. I'm telling you. Then in wherever you are, you have a people that you have similarity in culture, similarity in history, similarity in heritage. You cannot form your own system, which will be better for you. So when we have these systems, the Oduduwa system, the Biafra or Igbo nation, whatever, the Arewa, when somebody from the Oduduwa is entering into Biafra, he understands he's entering into another boundary, he understands the law. And if they become narcissists, you refrain from going to such environment. But you have in Nigeria that everybody is lumped together. We are all they force it's just like they force everybody, but you just stay for Nigeria. We don't want day. No, you must day. We don't want day. If you try going, they put you. May God help Nigerians, and may God help the people that I'm taking this thing too far from online to physical. It's not going to be a good story. It's not going to be a good story at all. At all. Let the government use wisdom and wade into the matter and make sure everything gets resolved.